A lot of men, they be in sexless relationships, sexless marriages, right? And or and they'll cheat because not necessarily because with men, we're not emotionally tied to our thing like how women are. You understand what I'm saying?
Keep it going.
No, we not. I'm just telling you the truth. So a guy will step out and have sex because he still love his home and his wife, but she's not doing it for him, or she got whatever reason, she's tired, she's this, she's that. It's always an excuse. Oh, you don't approach me the way I want to be approached. You ain't playing violins and writing poems and all these different things, right? And
well, if he wanted, he needs to make it happen. She's giving him the formula.
That's a good point. But at the same time, some women, they can't even be approached to have the conversation because it's going to turn into an argument. Because granted, yeah, you might be like women don't give men the same grace to say, hey, maybe he ain't as romantic. Men don't always be in a la-la-da lover-by mood as well, too, as though they just, you know what, I feel like Shakespeare today, I'm going to write a poem. Every man not thinking like that. And he's doing everything else he's supposed to do.
But he knew, but every man do know what it did take in the beginning.
And with that being said, in the beginning, she gave some pussy up and now she not.
Okay, so then it gets down to what is the reason?
That's a good point. But that a lot of those reasons don't be nothing he's doing. They be all within themselves. And because women do everything. Women do everything based on how they feel. Okay. It's all feel.
Assumption.
Okay. That's where people cheat at work. The dude that's working with you 12 hours, 8 hours. How you doing? Asking about your day. You might have had an argument with your boyfriend or your fiance, whoever, and you went to work, and then there go Joe. Joe work out, go to the gym. You know how he make good money. He's here in the company. You know what I mean? And he been hitting on you. He been trying to take you out to the little drink joints at the work. And then so happily one day you take him up on it and you tell the boyfriend you're working late. So like those things happen a lot. So maybe for him, it was one of those things where she wasn't doing what she was doing, supposed to have been doing.
But you're gonna
and then Bessie was like, you know what? You know, I'm gonna make you. I brought you some lunch today.
You're gonna keep on trying to go there and say it was the woman not doing what she was supposed to do.
Because a lot of times
it is not.
Yes, because y'all. So like,
if a female, all right. So let's say it has nothing to do with a female finding out her man stepping out or whatever.
Right.
And let's just say the sex life isn't what it used to be.
Like what?
Why isn't it? You know, how are you approaching her?
Why is it? I'm not really necessarily pushing back against that.
I mean, the men don't always have to approach.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, so for instance, that gets so all right. So imagine being a man and let me finish my thought. Imagine being a man and you always doing the approach, and then it's like, to the woman, it's like, that's all you always this, you always that. So a man don't even know what to do. So we're wired different. Like, that's just like, you ever see a cat in heat and it be rubbing itself up against the wall and everything? That's how we be like, but civilized.
I get it. And I said a man don't always have to approach.
Right.
But to get back to your original question, if a man is going to step out, you know, whether it be, you know, he not emotionally attached or whatever, he wasn't getting it at home, he step out, you're still in a relationship. You should never step out. If it's not working, you need to end that relationship.
Let me tell you why.
You never step out on that person. Don't never disrespect that person. That
goes both ways. But I get it. You triggered a little bit. And I understand that because women. I get it because a lot of dudes step out on women. You know what I mean? And like they won't end the situation. They'll be sneaky. There's a lot of reasons why. As a man, listen, but go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, it doesn't have to be as a man or as a woman, because in the same instance, I was telling you about the young man with his wife or whatever. She could be, like you said, seeing someone else. You never know what the situation is.
Right.
Like, just because you're a man, I'm a woman, don't mean you're going to do things differently than what I am. I mean, you might feel as though you're going to do them better, or I possibly can do it better because, you know, I'm a woman and I'm me. But it shouldn't be, oh, because it's a woman, this is the mindset, or because it's a man's mindset. It's the situation. But the thing is, whether male or female in a relationship, you should never step out. If you ever get the urge to step out, it always start with the texting, the DM, the inboxing. So if it ever get to the point, let me finish. If it ever
know that because you're a woman, though.
If it ever gets to the point where someone, a female, in your DM, in your inbox, texting your phone, or vice versa, a male texting my phone in my inbox, I need to shut that down immediately. But and if I don't shut it down immediately, and I'm actually responding back, hold up, wait a minute, something wrong here.
But hold on, all right. I don't necessarily disagree because I was going to go somewhere else, but I want to just touch on what you just said about inboxes and people texting and this, that, and the third. All right. Like, depending on what type of work you do, if you're an influencer or just somebody in general might say hi. You can't control nobody saying hi, right?
But you can control your responses.
Yeah, I agree. But here's the thing. Every conversation or interaction with the opposite of sex is not necessarily about sex.
I'm not saying that it is. But when you see it.
But see, here's the thing, though. You still talk to people in real life. See, that might be the thing for a man, but for women, it's different because y'all got the right to choose. Y'all got the first right to refusal. So it's easy to say, yeah, if somebody do this, that's unless you like a real handsome dude or got something going on, ain't nobody, no men inbox. That's not our reality. Listen, it's more or less, that's what y'all go through. If y'all entertain a person, it could turn into something. So it's guys just sitting in your inbox waiting for you to say, hey there. And then they just immediately, bung, 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 they back. But it's not like that for men. They're the guys sitting in the waiting room. So like, I hear you. You're speaking from a female perspective, but that's not the reality.
From both.
No, men. What type of men? Every man, what I'm trying to tell you, men are, I don't know what women think about men because they basing it on their anecdotal experience. It's not like that for us. Unless you really him. You must be really him if women all in your DM. And it's not for the average guy. That's not.
No, I'm not. You don't have to
my point is,
on the fact that I said DM. What I was speaking about is the conversation between the different types of platforms, okay? Whether it be a DM, a text message, email. I don't care. You can
email.
I'm just saying different things.
Carry a pigeon.
Because when I said DM, that stuck to you, okay?
No. Hold on.
No. Let me finish. Let me finish, and then you can tell me your original.
Memory a little better than mine. I'm gonna forget again.
Okay, good.
All right, good.
So, what I was basically saying, like, it can be a coworker, whatever.
Right.
If you start texting, okay, yes, you're gonna text to talk about certain things, but when that certain things start to get off course, and you're talking about something more that don't need to be talked about, that's when you need to stop and did it right there. But those that continue the conversation that's inappropriate, you need to no longer be in that relationship because that's disrespecting your man or woman, whoever you're with. And at that point, you need to just end it instead of disrespect that person.
People flirt. That's not a relationship. What's her name? I'm not. Listen, don't put the bullseye on my head.
What do you consider flirt?
Not that.
No, tell me what you consider.
I don't know.
I would love to know.
I don't know. I don't flirt. You tell me.
You just said people are allowed to flirt.
No, I didn't know. I didn't say no. I didn't say people are allowed to flirt.
You say people do flirt. So what is flirt? What is your definition of flirting?
I don't flirt. I'm not that type of guy.
I'm not saying that you do.
I don't have none. So it's like you're trying to corner me on some like.
I'm not trying to corner you.
You're not going to get me on nothing. So I ain't do nothing. My hands are clean, shorty.
And they gotta stay clean.
Look.
I mean, we got a little bit more scrubbing to do.
Listen. Don't even play. Like, don't even do. Like, I run this. But look. No, but what I'm saying is that, like, all right, like people. It depends on the person. That's like a subjective thing where somebody might consider different things flirting. So like what might be flirting to you to me might be like, that's violation or vice versa. You see what I'm saying? So I can't say there's no definition. I get what you're saying. I'm not necessarily disagreeing, but what I'm saying is in your day-to-day, in your line of work, a guy come in there, he sit down at your desk and he being extra, he's extra talkative.
Yes, he's
exactly. So like, But he didn't disrespect you. He just got hella rat.
Right. And
But no, let me finish.
Okay, go ahead.
Did his lady break up with him?
Yes. Absolutely.
Oh my God. I'm pretty sure some slick dude. So listen, I'm pretty sure, and not even consciously, some handsome, super duper handsome dude, you probably smile a little harder when you're talking to him, or a little extra conversation.
I don't flirt. I know the definition of flirt.
But no, you have your own you just the same way you had your own definition of unconditional love, you're gonna have your own definition of flirting. It's not one of those things that's written in stone. It's one of those things when it comes to whatever person, that's fine. I have nothing against your definition, but I'm saying though, like, people are nicer to prettier people, whether they handsome or pretty. They are. I don't even think they do it consciously.
So you think flirting is just being nice?
Extra nice, rather. More nice. If I'm right there and I'm looking at, like, for instance, we sit down at the desk and it's like this super duper, you even think the person pretty. I'm not going to say that. You probably like, I'm like, yeah, da, 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 da. You probably smack me in the back of my head like, yo, you're being extra nice there.
No, to me, flirting is when let's say.
This could go on forever when we do this to me's, but go ahead.
It could.
I'm just saying but that is, and with respect to your definition.
So you do have a definition for flirting.
No, I'm just giving an example of what I think probably would be.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I done heard you flirting by that definition.
No.
Yes, I have, but that's neither here nor there. Because me personally, I'm cool in my skin. I don't think I'm all this and all that, but I'm cool in my skin. I'm content with who I am as a human being. Like, it is what it is. I can't change nothing about anything. So, like, I get that the fact that it's people out here that's attractive. You got a phone, like, you see it, like, in your day to day. So, like, we're always going to run into people that's more attractive. You understand what I'm saying? So that don't mean that just because somebody's attractive or whatever, or younger or whatever, like, now you just got to go crash out. Me personally, that's not a thing for me. It's because it's more to that. It's more to that.
So why do men do that?
All right. So, okay. All right. I'm not a cheater. I've cheated before as a teenager and I didn't like it. I didn't like what I did to that person. And I vowed that whatever situation I'm in, if I ever feel like I need to step outside, I just need to leave. A lot of people don't leave situations for a lot of different reasons, whether it's kids, right? And they're being unfulfilled. And women do it too. Because there's no gender lines in this. Women do it too. Men do it too, whatever, right? But people have kids. And a woman might not be being emotionally filled, right? The things that's important to that woman, or things that's important to that man, and they keep bringing it to that person. She bring it to that man. Hey, you don't take me out. You don't do this. You don't do that. So now what she start doing? She start linking up after work with I'm staying late. Probably not having sex, but getting that emotional fulfillment that he ain't doing for whatever reason. And whatever the excuse is, he's still being neglectful, right? And he's not giving that woman, and vice versa with women when it comes to all these different reasons why this man, he can't have sex. He ain't say the magic word, or he didn't figure out the riddle, or whatever the case may be. He couldn't read her mind, and he's not having sex. So now when the opportunity arises, some men out here looking and being sneaky, right? And same thing with women, but the opportunity arises and the person takes the opportunity, right? Women typically are better than men when it comes to that, because women could say, hey, you come here, this, that, and the third. A guy has to crack the code with any woman just to get inside.
Let me ask you a question.
I didn't finish answering your question, but go ahead.
I mean, you was answering it, but
you was
generalizing it to a situation. So I wanted to ask you another question so you can finish answering. Why do men, when we was talking about crash out is the word that you use.
Yeah, throw everything away.
Okay.
Risk it all.
Right. And let's say, answer that question, but let's say his woman at home is doing everything.
He's a shithead. He's a piece of shit. That's just who he is. And 9 times out of 10, she already knew he was like that. Because before, she done checked his phone. She done did things before. There was always telltale signs, and she just went with her heart. A lot of times, there's no way, like, being in a full-fledged relationship, right, that anybody could really be that sneaky and have a whole nother thing going on. At least not a man. Because with a man dealing with a woman, it requires more. But if a woman doing something where she's in control, and if whatever she gets out of and she tell you, go chill, he going to chill. Is different for a woman, because a woman gets feelings. And so he would have to put more into that and try to balance that. And what's going to happen? A red flag in the woman, the main woman here, going like, wait a minute. So I say that to say that 9 times out of 10, woman intuition, she probably already knew, probably already caught him doing something, and she let him get away with something, and he explained his way back in the situation, and she just kind of accepted in hopes that he might change or she can change him. Or she'll be more loving. She'll bake apple pies and sit it in the window. But he just a piece of shit. And then after she finally lose all the soul ties with this guy, every other guy's gonna pay for that after that. Or she gonna overlook the guy who would have did the right thing. Women overlook the right guy every day and go for the piece of shit.
As do men overlook the right woman and go for the.
What I'm saying is, like, you got the women basically have the right to refusal. Like, for instance, right? If you post a picture, turn it to the side, doing all that other stuff, whatever, your inbox will get filled up with guys. Hey.
Yeah, but not the guys that I want.
That's not
because
the point,
they're only thinking
But
about
that's
one
not
thing
the
that they
point.
seen in that
Every
picture.
single guy look like it. Don't matter how good a guy is or how bad he is. We all want the same thing. They go about it different. That's the way we wired. Hence, human beings still exist on the planet. So that's not a crime for men to be attracted to women. That's just the way we wired.
I didn't say that.
No, but you said they only want that thing. What I'm saying,
I'm just saying that no, we don't have a better picking, because even if they started being in my inbox from a picture like that you was stating, I would not pick not one single person.
I understand that. That's not even. I'm saying is the point being is that you will still have that option. Men don't have that option. A man have to be either super duper handsome or have a whole lot going on for him. You know what I mean? Have money, this, that, and the third. Things that's appealing to women. So it's things that are appealing to women that make women do the same thing. But on average, all men are not like that. But on average, more women have something that men want generally across the board to, is though all you gotta do is arch your back a little bit and you'll have more options. Not necessarily would you pick from or not. You see what I'm saying? So that's all I'm trying to say.
You have more options as far as a man want to sleep with you, but that doesn't necessarily mean you have options as far as a man wanting to build with you.
That's not my point though. But I give it was your question that I answered, which was, you know what? Yo, this how arguments be. This how we be. But like a lot of people, back to your whys, right? So people, and it's not to justify it. You understand what I'm saying? It's not to justify it. It's just the truth. People cheat. They'll state, well, I'm going to say, how about this? I'm going to say stay in a bad relationship, which for them, because see, it'll be bad, right? You know, this person, the woman not being fulfilled, the man not being fulfilled, whatever those fulfillments are. And then they sneak because their finances, because you'll say, well, why don't the person just leave? They should just leave, right? And for a lot of people, their bills and stuff all tied up, they just can't. And it could be a man or a woman. I'm not saying it's right, but I've had conversations with people like, yo, won't you XYZ? Cause I'm trying to understand, like, yo, like, you're a grown ass man fucking out here like Scooby-Doo. You know what I mean? So like, but then when I examine that person's situation, I'm like, oh yeah. Like and that's not right. You know what I mean? But like, I don't know how to solve it. But one thing I know, you just can't be afraid to lose people. You know what I mean? And what I mean by that, if I was in that situation, God forbid, this is a hypothetical conversation, I would walk away. I would, because like if you feel like you should be able, any problem, you should be able to bring it to your partner and say, hey, XYZ, ABC. They should hear you out, and vice versa. Because that's the way it works. Because we're in this situation together. You know what I mean? And and it's like, I get it, like, yo, in the beginning, yeah, we're filled with riddles and poems and whatever. But then after a while, life happens. We get to know each other. We become kind of like brothers and sisters, but we're not brothers and sisters. We become friends and stuff like that. So like, which is a good thing. And that's why, and that's why, like, because you got to think about it. A relationship is 0.000000001% of sex. Think if y'all together 10 years and all the hours in a day, how many times you having sex with thinking about? That's not the majority of the relationship, but it is an important part. And some could be for women, some could be for men. You know what I'm saying? So, but no matter the minuteness of it, it's still important to whoever it is. And it should be treated the same way a woman would a poem, or she want to go out. Or granted, it should be, I don't think it should be leveraged, neither from either side, whatever the woman needs are. You know what I mean? So like,
So
I don't know. I can't really speak for fuck niggas, but
right, you can't speak for them. Just like it's really hard for me to speak on the subject, period. And that's only because me and you have been together for 7 years, you know, and I'm out of touch with how things are because I view things differently because I've been in a relationship for 7 years and all I think about is my relationship and how my marriage, is going to last these 30, 40 years and everything we're going to build together. That's where I'm at.
I get it, but
I'm not finished.
you got friends.
If things aren't working with that person, the next step is to talk. If the talking isn't helping, but you two still want to be with one another, therapy.
And that's after what? Like, or before or after?
Before or after what?
A situation, whatever that deal breaker or close to a deal breaking situation.
It doesn't even necessarily have to be a situation. If you feel as though y'all two are falling apart, there's a distance coming between you two, then you need to talk. If you're in a relationship and you're starting to feel any kind of distance between that person you're in a relationship with, or if you feel the need to step out, before you do that, you need to sit down and you need to talk to your partner to figure it out. If that don't work, then you two need to go to therapy. That is if you want to still be with this person. Then if that don't work, then that's when y'all need to then have the conversation of separating. Because we only get one life, and a lot of times in life people don't understand you go through things for a lesson. Okay? And maybe that portion is just your lesson if you two can't work it out and you move on. I mean, if you've done everything that you possibly can do and it's still not there, move on. Do not cheat on that person. Do not disrespect
you
that
like
person.
hearing you talking in circles. You like hearing yourself say the same thing.
Boy, I know you're not talking as much circles as you talking. I know you're not. I know you're not. You didn't talked about the same scenario 10 different ways.
All right. Relationships are not always, because that's how y'all think, respectfully. Like, it's not.
What the y'all think? Who's the y'all? You talking about
women? Yeah, I'm speaking in general because I'm not talking about us. I'm just speaking in general. Like, I don't. My us is not for
I bet you there are men out there that think the same way out there. And please comment.
Yeah, it's men out here that
comment.
It's men that think they women too. So your point is. So the point I was trying to say is that in relationships, it's not like, I think y'all make it, or people that think the way, not necessarily the way you think, because I ain't gonna disrespect you and that, but like, yo, like, we're human. Y'all put too much fucking pressure when it don't need to be. Like, I have up days, I have down days. It's all right for women to have up days and down days, but God forbid if a man feeling away, oh, it's this, oh, we're growing apart. Just let me go through whatever I'm going. 9 times out of 10, he can't come to you and talk to you about nothing because you're going to do all this and you're going to make it about yourself. So men typically don't have no place to go when it's time to talk like that, when they feeling like they feel. They can't even. A man can't, he got to pretend that he's feeling okay. No. And that's the problem. Sometimes it's not necessarily the woman or the relationship. He just might be in a place. And when you with somebody long, people go through this changes, life happens, and we get older and we're not the same person. And like, so what I'm saying is, in a lot of times those situations, and it's not necessarily a cut to what you were saying, because I agree, but like, I think people miss that in relationships too, is though, like, they'll take it the wrong way. Like, nah, he just human, or she just human. She's feeling like this. And like, it's one of those things where, we're here, we're there, we're human. It's not like, this is different people being together. Like, a long time. People change. I'm not the same person I was 7 years ago. I'm not the same person I was 10 years ago. And I'm not going to be the same person probably 3 years from now.
Okay.
So what I'm saying is, people got to learn to grow together.
So, and then if you're not growing together, then what?
See, that's the whole point. What's that? What does that mean? Because that's so subjective because like that might be to you, it might be, oh, he just don't play speech and he's on Sundays anymore, blah blah blah.
No,
like,
no.
how do people not grow together?
So you said people just need.
How do they not grow together?
I'm answering your
Okay.
question. You said people just need to grow together. So if you're trying to grow together, but however you're not growing together, then what?
Okay, well, like just she's trying, dude. Like you ain't coming on here no more. Right? It's like no, baby, no. But all right, so like all right, so that depends on the people. Like us sitting here having fun together, doing this. This a part of growing together because people can grow apart. To your point, because people. But the thing is, people growing apart. That don't necessarily mean they need to give up. They need to just grow back together.
I didn't say that.
But that's what I'm saying. But no, you in
I'm
your
asking
example,
you, then what?
I'm answering your question. You said, people should do this, get therapy, blah, blah, blah. And I said I didn't disagree with that. But I'm just saying, like, sometimes life just be like that.
I just want you to bring it back around for me. So
I did.
ask you again.
No, be friends. Always be friends. I mean, like, one thing about friends, I got friends who I ain't got to call every day. And if I ain't talked to them in a year, I pick up the phone, we're still, nothing changed about our relationship. I think in relationships, whether it's any kind of relationship that's romantic, we don't give each other the benefit of the doubt. We don't treat each other like family. We don't give each other the same grace. That's why these things are issues. Baby, sometimes you're not in the mood for me, and that's okay. It's not, oh, we're growing apart and I'm going to turn it into a thing now. I'm manifesting this by the way I'm acting towards you and you're starting to get resentful and then that could put a wedge. But that don't mean that it's the end of the relationship. I'm going to see you every single day till I'm laying on the hospital bed looking up in the ceiling. So like, it's not that serious. Cool. Like it's life. Being in a relationship, you shouldn't be a prisoner.
Correct.
You're not a prisoner. You come and go as you please. Like you already know what the rules are.
So when you start to feel as though you're a prisoner, then what?
Why do you keep going all these places? I'm gonna have to sit down with the warden. Like, look, check this out. Relax.
You gonna sit down and do what?
Well, hold on. It depends on what part. What I mean by depending on what I mean by feeling like a prisoner, right? So if you're feeling the way you're being extra, it's maybe something that I'm not doing or something I miss. So I'm not gonna look at the reaction. I'm gonna see what the cause is. Why is she acting like that?
And how do you find out what?
By sitting down and talking. Like,
okay, that's all I'm saying. So you sit down.
How you look at the camera? Yo, no, but I agree. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Look, man, this is the end of this first episode. This is my wife, my baby, Jordy. This, come on, see, bougie. Look, but whatever. But that's my baby. Yeah.